Hello everyone and welcome back to JB's Total Gaming, where today we're taking a look at Seven Wonders, the game that popularized the card drafting genre in board gaming. The app for it is finally out. This is an app that has been much anticipated, worked on for a long time, has been promised many times, and is now finally available. It is $5 right now if you want to pick up the Leaders expansion. That is $2 right now, and Cities will be coming out at some point, I'm assuming, for around the same price. I'm not sure. There is online play. I do want to point out you can go to Quick Play or you can go to Custom Game. You saw me go to Custom Game, and you can look for games existing or try to make your own game with the number of players, whether or not you want leaders in it right now. You can join a game that somebody has already started, or just hit Quick Play and wait to join a game. There is chat within game too. I've played 2 rounds of the online so far. It seems to work alright. I've had some slowdown here and there. Obviously, you may deal with some slow players, and I had one player quit right as we were about to enter the score screen, which was kind of annoying, but anyways. So here we're just playing a game against the AI just to show it off quickly, and then we don't have to worry about delay or waiting for a game or anything like that. You can see how the leaders functionality works pretty simply. You draft cards like you would in the game, and it goes around. If you're not familiar with the game, basically this is an expansion to the game. This is what the leaders does, where before the game starts, you draft cards just like you would normally during the game, except these are specific leaders that you can choose to play at the beginning of each of the 3 ages. One of the abilities of Rome is to be able to possibly do that, more than that, and also give a discount to you and others depending on the side you're playing. But anyways, Rome, as the society that you play, the civilization, is only available if you purchase leaders, because it goes with that, obviously. Now let's talk about how the game actually plays. So I do want to point out some of the great things about this game. If you're looking to play Seven Wonders against other players, you know, don't get to the table all that often, you can't play with your group all that often, and hey, this is a nice option. Again, you might have to wait a little bit to find a game. There may be some delays. It may run a little bit slow because it does run. Basically, somebody is the host of it, so it is a hosted game. They don't have their own servers or anything like that to run the game, so you can have some issues with that, but it's a way to play the game with other people, or if you want to play against the AI, the game plays pretty quickly. As you can see, we're going through a game pretty quickly here. I'm not really talking about my decisions or anything like that, and I want to say that the UI, the user interface, while it took me a moment to kind of grok everything that was going on, it is very functional, and you can play very quickly. You can see you can drag cards to your play area, you can drag it to to the side if you want to get 3 coins. You can drag it to the center lower part if you want to work on your wonder. So for those of you again who aren't familiar with the game, basically every round you're going to draft a card. You either have to pay the resources using things you have available, or pay gold to the people to your left or right, assuming they have the things that you need in order to build. Now that's something that you want to bear in mind. So as you can see up above where you see my hand of cards, you see in fairly, well, still small but larger icons than the people to my left and right, you can see the things that I have played out, and it's pretty easy to see. And one thing that's nice, one thing that I do want to say that's great about the user interface in this game is the tooltips. If you ever just put your finger on anything and hold it down there for a second, you'll see all the information for it, in-depth information. You can easily see what it costs. There's text for any effects that it does, and there's little icons you can see down at the bottom on my cards there. There's icons for if I can build it, if I can't build it, no matter what, because I don't have either money to pay for the resources I need, or just those resources aren't available, then it'll be kind of X'd out. You can see the cost if I can build it, and there'll be a cost associated with it, and if I do that and there's an option as to how to pay the people to my left and right, then that will show up when I have to pay for it if there is that option. If not, it'll do it automatically. So again, being able to play the game with the game making all those decisions automatically, doing the scoring automatically at the end, you know, whenever you have a choice, you can make that choice, but whenever one thing is the most optimal thing, it will just do that for you, which is kind of nice. And overall, once you get used to the UI, it does play pretty quickly, and then you can see at the end of every round we have the military based on our current military strength, and it all works pretty well. Now looking at it, you may say it doesn't look all that impressive, and it doesn't necessarily look like I expected it to look, and you know, maybe missing some bells and whistles. It doesn't seem to have the polish that I was kind of expecting this game to have after this long in development. However, while it doesn't have a lot of flash and a lot of things, it doesn't have, the ability to make friends and things like that. Now that you can put a password on your lobby, but again, to do that, you'd have to like contact your friends outside of the game and then tell them what the password is. But you can do that in order to play a private game, is my understanding. So that's pretty nice. But overall, while looking at the screen right now, you may say this looks kind of just like a jumbled mess. It doesn't look all that pretty to look at. And that is what I thought when I played it initially. However, I do realize there's a lot of information to convey in this game, and because the icons to your left and right are smaller, they're your enemies. If you're ever questioning what something is, you can highlight it very quickly. The tooltips are fantastic. It does show you, as far as your enemies are concerned, what their gold value is, what their military strength is, and things like that. So it does provide you a lot of information. So while it may not be the prettiest game to look at, I also understand the design decisions that they made. And at the end of the day, this is a functional game. I would like to see some more updates. I would like to see some more things, being able to add friends, things like that. But overall, I think the game plays pretty smoothly and pretty well. And if you enjoy playing this, whether you're just looking to play against AI or to find other people to play, the 2 times that I wanted to play, I was able to find games relatively quickly. There was a delay one of the times. Now, and that could be a little bit concerning after a while. Maybe the player base will leave and there won't be that much of a player base because this game came out not all that long ago. But right now, at least, there seems to be a player base around, and it's a quick, simple, fun way to play that. While it doesn't necessarily look fantastic, it plays smoothly, and once you learn how the systems work, all the information is there. And overall, for $5 and $2 for the expansion, I do find it to be a pretty decent value. And while there are things I think could be better, I don't really have a problem recommending it at this point from the time that I've played of it so far. We actually managed to squeak out a 1-point win there, so it's a pretty close game. So a little bit bare bones. It doesn't necessarily look that pretty, but overall, the information and the functionality is there, and if it's the gameplay you're after, then the gameplay is offered. Thanks a lot for watching, everyone, and we'll talk to you again soon.